A good Thursday afternoon. Happy New Year's Eve. Michael Clark here, BAMWX.com. We're going to take a look here at your latest Indiana forecast update. It is just now a little after 2 o'clock. We're taking a look at current radar and advisories across the area. Winter weather advisories have been hoisted for central and northern Indiana as we look at this storm system from the south working its way in here tonight. It's getting its act together right now down here across the southern portions of the U.S. Absolutely massive storm system. Severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado watches, flash flood watches, winter storm warnings in Texas. Just a massive storm down here. And that's going to be the storm system that's going to work its way in here this evening, late tonight into the very early morning hours of New Year's Day. Winter storm watches and warnings back off to the west and northwest. But these advisories here across the state are mainly for the freezing rain potential. So this is a graphic we've put together here for you to illustrate the thought process on when this stuff is going to arrive into the area. I think in the far southwestern third of the state, 10 p.m. to midnight will be the arrival of some freezing drizzle. It'll take a minute for the atmosphere to saturate and really kind of get its act together to get a full-out light to moderate rain going that will freeze on contact. But this leading edge is when we think that mist and drizzle can start. And right away, with temperatures in the 20s, it's going to cause problems if you do not have probably a pretty thick application of treatment or chemical down to combat the potential slick surfaces here. So 4 a.m. getting into the I-70 corridor, central Indiana. 6 a.m. up near Howard, Tipton County, up near Muncie to Kokomo over towards Lafayette. 8 a.m. getting up near to Rensselaer over to Fort Wayne, and then kind of Gary over towards South Bend about 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So we're going to time this out for you, looking at our latest high-resolution guidance here. And again, all of the evening tonight, and even until after midnight, for the most part, relatively quiet, unless you're down there in southwest Indiana. I'm going to take us out here, and I'm going to pause getting into about 3 or 4 o'clock tomorrow morning, HRRR. Leading edge, Terre Haute, Bloomington, Greensburg. Now again, if I turn on the composite reflectivity, you can see there's a little bit more in the way of moisture showing up. And so I think there's mist or drizzle possible. I have the 1 kilometer scan on just to eliminate some noise. But nonetheless, keep going here. I'm going to take you out to 6 a.m. All right, Lafayette, Indianapolis, Muncie, Greensburg, Terre Haute. Everybody's dealing with freezing rain. This is actually going to be falling as rain, I do believe, and then possibly accumulating on contact as ice due to surface temperatures at this time being below freezing. That freezing line at this time is located kind of right here, going through Bloomington, Greensburg, and just north of Cincinnati. So everybody north of it at this time is still well below the freezing mark, and really the sun hasn't come up yet either. So certainly going to be problematic. What may hinder accumulations from becoming incredibly significant is some of the stronger easterly winds that we're going to be dealing with. East-northeast winds at 15 to 25 miles per hour. So it's possible that can help, kind of fight against bigger ice accretion or accumulation onto actual objects in the surface. That actually does work against that, just, so you're aware. Now, I'm going to continue to take this forward, and I'm going to take you out here through about 10:30, 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. You can see that freezing line hovering over the I-70 corridor just north of Terre Haute, Indianapolis, Greensburg. So at this time, the temperature forecast across the state is forecast to be at or above 32 degrees by about 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Give or take an hour or two. Maybe it's 9 a.m., maybe it's 11 a.m., depending on the speed of how this works. But then you're going to see that this stuff continue to work north. You see the entire northern portion of the state dealing with freezing rain tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Here is 1 p.m., 4 p.m., and then here is getting into tomorrow night, 7 p.m. As we continue to go forward, a lot of this is working out of here and gone very late Friday into the pre-dawn hours of Saturday. Saturday by midnight, I think it's all out of here, all right? Again, temperatures. Temperatures will start to warm pretty quickly around 10 a.m. and beyond, but note, we get into the high temperatures here, and you never really rise above freezing here north of Lafayette to Kokomo. You stay 32 or colder for the majority of the day Friday. That's where the bigger impacts are going to be possible, and you could see up to a 1/4 inch of ice accretion up there, maybe even 3/10 of an inch in spots with that. So that's why I think around the central Indiana locations, 1/10 of an inch is more likely because it's not as long of a duration of event. So here is the total QPF from this. We're looking at a general 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rainfall being possible. All right. Then when you look at this from a standpoint of actual ice accumulation, all right, this is really kind of our best idea, trying to take the middle of the road here. If you're looking here across central and southern Indiana, and I'm going to draw a line from Terre Haute to Indy to Greensburg, points south, I think it's 1/10 of an inch, locally higher. From Indy to Muncie to Kokomo to Lafayette, I think it's 1/4 of an inch, all right, locally higher possibly. Now, when you get north of, Kokomo, Muncie, Lafayette, this is where I think you can see this 3/10 of an inch occurring. All right, wouldn't be shocked at maybe last-minute winter storm warnings for something up here if the forecast continues to suggest maybe some heavier totals in the northern third of the state. All right, so again, the big thing I want you to understand is, especially from Indianapolis north, when we're looking at winds with this system, they are going to be relatively strong. They're going to be gusting out of the east-northeast at times possibly to 40 miles per hour. And that can certainly make things a little shaky. Ice on tree branches and power lines, it's possible that maybe there's some power outages as well. So certainly for a 6-hour window or so tomorrow, it's going to be a pretty nasty morning. Okay. Again, there's your forecast for the ice accretion, and we will be sending a push notification to your weather porthole application as well. Real quick, we are watching a weekend storm system that does look to pose a threat Saturday night into Sunday. Models vary. This is the Canadian model, has an area of low pressure and a risk at snow. If I look at the European at the same time, it's pretty close. Saturday night into Sunday morning, there could be a burst of snow. And then if I look at the GFS model, it's a little bit warmer, but it has the disturbance as well. All three models have the disturbance. We just got to figure out if it's going to be cold enough for some snow Saturday night into Sunday morning. It's certainly possible that a coating of snow or an inch or so, maybe locally higher, is on the table. That's all I have for your video forecast. A very happy New Year's to you. Let's get 2020 the heck out of here. Hope everybody is safe. We appreciate all of you, your support, your business throughout the years, and wish you a very safe and blessed holiday.